there is 22-year-old Ikhtiar NISHONOV, medalist at various multi-nations events. He competed in the World Boxing World Championship earlier this summer. Undefeated in the pro ranks, began his contest in the round of 32, scored a first-round knockout of Ablaikhan in 22 seconds with a left hook to the body. And then he beat Ikhtiar Chansam with the best combination I've seen all tournament, Andy. He was a two-shot salvo to the body, a thunderous left hook to the head, and Chansam, who is an adept and competitive performer, wilted down to the canvas. And then in the quarter-final, he beat the undefeated professional Vasily Chebatari of Moldova, the tournament number 3 seed, on a 4-3 split after bout review. But heading to the blue corner is Ablaikhan ZHUSSUPOV, the tournament number 2 seed, a man who has been to this stage at the bronze medal podium on 3 occasions already, at welterweight in 2017, 2019, and in Belgrade, Serbia in 2021. He's competing here up at light middle. 2016 Paris Olympian and the reigning Asian champion.
Cuba, Armenia and
so
Afghanistan.
2 highly decorated boxers battling for a place in the gold medal bout. There is the figure of ZHUSSUPOV, beat Sarkhan Aliyev, the 2021, a previous world medalist in getting a bronze, the tournament number 7 seed, with a comfortable unanimous point decision win.
Round 1.
So we're underway then. This is action in the 71-kilogram light middleweight division between boxers from Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan. The orthodox boxer wearing red is Ikhtiar NISHONOV, 22 years of age, and this man is an explosive puncher. He can go from out of range to within range in a blink. The man wearing blue will look to evade those explosive forward forays by using his legs just as he did there. That is the man who has already been a 3-time World Championship bronze medalist, Ablaikhan ZHUSSUPOV, the tournament number 2 seed. Man I first saw as a youth boxer. But again, there's that burst of punches to the body, and he possesses explosive heavy hands. The head's coming together. He picked up a cut in his previous contest, did NISHONOV. He's not averse to mixing it up on the inside. And he's the type of boxer that is simply can't take your eyes off him, because he has that type of fight-ending power that can be detonated at any time from seemingly anywhere in the boxing ring. That's the speed of foot the man possesses when closing the distance. Nice movement in the pocket. Look how he's dipping beneath those scything hooks, ZHUSSUPOV. Testament to the man's ringcraft. First saw him in Nanjing 11 years ago when I was ringside at the Youth Olympic Games, and he came away with a gold, adding to the World Youth Gold that he won earlier in the year down at lightweight. And here he is, having claimed global honors as a youth some 11 years ago, hoping to progress through to a World Senior final for the first time and not come away with a 4th World Championship bronze. Southpaw left with a scoring shot from the man in blue. Bit of roughhouse tactics employed by ZHUSSUPOV to push his man back. He's playing counter-puncher and spinning across the line very effectively, digging down to the body and ending with a right hook to the head is ZHUSSUPOV. And the fight-ending single-shot power of NISHONOV is being blunted by the ringcraft and precise movements in the pocket, augmented by pinpoint precision with punches to both head and body from ZHUSSUPOV. There he's making his man miss once again. And there are very few endeavors that are more tiring in the boxing ring than swinging and landing at nothing. And again, look at how ZHUSSUPOV was able to spin off the line and end up almost behind NISHONOV's back. And again, look at that, leaving the man chasing shadows, almost playing matador up there in the boxing ring. Is ZHUSSUPOV dodging, darting left and right. First round in the book, and I thought it was a brilliant one for the man in blue.
It was. He looked very, very sharp. And NISHONOV he's a brave fighter because he really commits to his attacks in a way that not many people do. And yes, it gives him a chance of landing something big because he really gives it absolutely everything. But I just wonder if he is going to walk onto something here, or rather launch himself onto something here and get cleaned out, because ZHUSSUPOV looks well capable of it, and he looks like he's in that kind of mood. He wants to make an impression here, I think. And you're talking about going back in the day to the Youth Olympics, and I remember the first time I saw him was at the Asian qualifiers for Rio 2016. I'd never seen him before. He was 19, I think, at that point. And I remember him. He stuck in my mind too. I remember just thinking, wow, like, this guy's really going to be good. And of course, he has gone on to be very, very good, but maybe just hasn't had that crowning moment yet.
That's what he's seeking to remain in contention for here. Took the first round unanimously. As we move into the second round, and Ikhtiar NISHONOV seeking to let his hands go, but he just hasn't been able to find a range with any consistency, because ZHUSSUPOV, the southpaw wearing blue, is controlling the distance very effectively indeed. Look at how he's able to spin around his man in the pocket once again, and now NISHONOV finds himself confined in the corner. This is terrific ring generalship being demonstrated by the tournament #2 seed. There he comes in with a right cross. He's looking to burrow away to the body once again, but took a left cross in between his defenses while he was looking to get to work to the body. And that's a measure of ZHUSSUPOV's composure up there in the boxing ring, making his man miss once again. His exhalations audible from our ringside commentary position as he let the two-shot salvo go. Then he's swinging and missing with a right hand over the head. And these will all be taking a toll on his gas tank, trying to work to the body on the inside when the two men came together. Overhand left looked as though ZHUSSUPOV was looking to launch the type of finishing shot you just referred to, Andy. He really did push off his back foot with bad intentions, as did NISHONOV on that right uppercut, which wasn't too far away. Looking to counter punch once again, and he's got the footwork with which to do it, to step aside and unfurl a check hook and just run his man onto the punch to double up the impact. John again launching that backhand, but easily evaded and negated by ZHUSSUPOV because the man's radar is locked in. Southpaw left was a scoring shot from ZHUSSUPOV, then changed it to a left cross to the body after his right hook upstairs was short of the mark. And NISHONOV is finding himself out of range for the majority of this affair here, and look at that. Poking him with a left cross, keeping the movement going to end up behind his back once more. Proving to be a really frustrating mission, and look at that, a little bit of Billy Joe Saunders against David Lemieux, looking up in the night sky for that shot that was hurled in his direction but wasn't even close to landing, and only provided a cool breeze here on this late winter's night in Dubai. Look, my goodness, this can be really discouraging, but NISHONOV has got to keep the belief burning brightly, because he possesses fight-ending power in either fist with a single shot. He's demonstrated it. Oh, that's a check left hook, just as we referred to. Now, the referee, Mr. Sergei Zhurkin, has said that it was a trip, but he tripped over a counter southpaw left hook where he spun off the line, just as you suggested he would, Andy Clark, in the break between rounds 1 and 2. What a masterful round of boxing, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some 10-8 verdicts as the bell sounds.
I would be very surprised if we don't. It was a punch that started that. He clattered into the ropes, and he would have gone down had they not been there. So really, you should have seen the knockout called there. It's going to be fairly immaterial, I would say. And look at NISHONOV in his corner. He's got his head bowed. He's sucking in the air, and it's a pretty heartbreaking experience for a fighter, this, to be honest, because everything he tries is not working. Every time he tries anything, he gets punished, he gets hit, he gets hurt. And strangely, he was a bit more circumspect in that second round. He wasn't launching himself in from quite so far out, and I wonder what we'll see from him in this third and final round. So it's 10-9 across the board there, so he's in a very comfortable lead here, ZHUSSUPOV. I wouldn't be surprised if we see NISHONOV just tuck up and try and get through this. And I think, to be honest with you, that would be quite sensible, because I think only one thing is going to happen if he goes too gung-ho here.
Third and final round.
So the third round underway. The first two rounds have been scored unanimously in favor of ZHUSSUPOV. The second one, for my money, was clearly a dominant 3 minutes of boxing, and it looks as though Nishonov's belief continues to burn brightly, going in pursuit of his man. But ZHUSSUPOV's movement up in the boxing ring has been something that you could put on a coaching video, because he's dealt with the attempted aggression, not by running, not by losing his composure, but just by stepping off to the side, dipping underneath the incoming fire, just as evidence there. Always remaining cognizant that the man in front of him is dangerous, but he's made him miss by millimeters on occasion. Sometimes it's been wider than that, to the point that at one moment in the second round he put his gloves up to his brow as though he was looking in the distance for something that had been lost, and there again, roundhouse left, inaccurate. You see, he's not averse to that, ZHUSSUPOV. In addition to all of the slick boxing and clever performing, he will rough you up on the inside to let you know that he's not going to be bested in any facet of the game. He will shove you off. Will put the laces of his gloves into your face. He's got a mean streak a mile wide, ZHUSSUPOV. And he's the type of boxer that wants to be the governor in every department of the game. So looking to launch the attack, but ZHUSSUPOV just keeping the movement going. There was a good right hand to the body, as getting frustrated now. Nishonov rubbing that head into the face of ZHUSSUPOV. ZHUSSUPOV will want to ensure that he doesn't pick up a cut. Good left jab by Nishonov, twice in quick succession, and should he have been advised to use that shot more to try and set up his vaunted power, because he was launching home run swings just like that without setting it up with the lead left stick. But when he used that lead left hand on a couple of occasions in this round, not close enough together to be a double jab, but they were two fast, snappy single jabs in pretty close order, and he found a home for them. But again, you see, lead left hook, and the man is nowhere to be seen, and you can see how frustrating an experience this is now for Nishonov, because ZHUSSUPOV simply will not stay still, and you can't catch him cleanly. Flexing that neck and getting the head in there a little bit, just to feel some contact as ZHUSSUPOV turns the tables, roughs his man up over the ropes as the 10-second clapper sounds. Cracks a right jab into his face as if to say, hold that. This has been a beautiful display of boxing, sticking and moving, from Ablaikhan ZHUSSUPOV to take him through to the final.
Fantastic. Really, really fantastic. And I tip my hat there, though, to Nishonov in that final round. I did him a disservice when I suggested he might tuck up and try and get through. That's clearly just not something he would do. He put plenty into that final round. And ZHUSSUPOV in that final round, just applying the Q-tip just to the left eyebrow there a little bit, so maybe just a slight scratch. And I was just going to say, he did the sensible thing, didn't he, because he could have engaged, but what he looked to do really in that final round was just box and avoid anything like a head clash or anything like that, because when you're winning that easily, you want to make sure you get through without any kind of damage, come out clean the other side, have a day off tomorrow, and then box for gold on Sunday. But a fantastic performance from him. He looked really, really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest via unanimous decision, and now proceeding into the finals, in the blue corner, representing Kazakhstan, Ablaikhan ZHUSSUPOV.
NISHONOV gets it actually 4-1 in the final round there, so he got some rewards from the judges, and I'm not sure about that myself, but you know, he did put a lot into it. He kept coming forward, didn't he?
He did indeed. Nice to see that respect between the two boxers. But Ablaikhan ZHUSSUPOV has moved into his first World Championship final, and look at what it means to him, because he's going to have at least World Championship silver to add to the 3 world bronzes he won at welterweight in Hamburg 2017, Yekaterinburg 2019 and Belgrade 2021. It's the first bronze medal for Ikhtiar Nishonov. Well, you can see, as so many of the bronze medalists are here, it's initial bitter disappointment, because entering the boxing ring, they're 9 minutes potentially, or as Deontay Wilder likes saying, 1 second away from progressing through to the final. but instead he comes away with a bronze, and I hope he will look back on that with immense pride as he continues to accumulate accomplishments and experience in his IBA 3-round boxing career.
And next up we will head into the light heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder's here actually.
Yes, he is, yes.
He was in a lounge between sessions, and I kind of didn't notice him at first because he is just impossibly slim. It's the maddest thing about sport, isn't it? You look at somebody and just think, you just look like a normal person. He's really tall, but you look like a normal person. He is, however, far from that.
And to be fair to him, his back is like a cobra, isn't it?
It really is. It really
Tiny
is.
waist, massive shoulders, though he's been working in a blacksmith foundry all his life. Some of the action from that round, where I think that's an old cut that has just been irritated a little bit, but a really spirited performance and a terrific tournament for NISHONOV. But it's Ablaikhan ZHUSSUPOV who will go through to contest